So today I'm going to be doing a kind of warm wintry makeup look, and I've actually got some new brushes that I'm going to be using. They kind of look like the Artiste brushes, but they're by my makeup brush set. And they were kind enough to send these to me, and I'm going to try them out and see how they are, because I believe they're a lot more affordable than the Artiste brushes, but it's kind of the same kind of deal, you know? It's like these kind of ones. They kind of look like little hairbrushes. So I've already done my brows, as you can see. I'm just going to start by prepping my skin, and I was doing some Christmas shopping yesterday and I somehow wound up at the Elemis counter and bought stuff for myself. I don't know, like, and before you know it, I spent £65 when I'd just gone in for one thing. So I'm just gonna make sure that I use everything and then see how it kind of works for my skin. She really recommended the Elemis Superfood Facial Oil. It's like a nourishing face oil, basically. Kind of like a moisturiser, but a bit more kind of intense. It just gives a really nice kind of healthy, glowy look. Right, now that that's done, I'm going to add a little bit. Now this is basically a tester, but it's the Giorgio Armani Fluid Sheer in the shade 2, and it's basically just like an illuminating liquid. I think you can put it in your foundation, or you can just put it on as kind of a base, but I'll just keep that to the areas where I'm going to highlight later on. Okay, now that we've got that down, we can go in with our foundation. I'm just going to use, I think I used this in the last video, did I? It's a combination of the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation and the Armani Luminous Silk, only because my Huda Beauty one is slightly on the light side, and I find it a bit too matte, so I prefer to kind of mix it with a more illuminating one. And I'm going to take the foundation brush from my makeup brush set. It actually kind of labels each one, which is quite helpful. It's quite cool. And I think the idea with these really dense makeup brushes is that it doesn't absorb too much of your product, but to be honest, I'll probably go over it with a beauty blender anyway, just because I like the finish that it gives. But it is annoying when it kind of soaks up half of your foundation. Like, I think now I'm going to finish the rest off with my beauty blender wherever I put it. I just love this colour. It's like the little pink and white swirl. And just like, because I did leave, not like streaks, but do you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you use a brush and you get the little like lines. I don't know, I can't explain it. Now I'm going to do a quick little bit of cream contouring, just using my Anastasia foundation stick in the shade Mink. And then I'm going to actually use the concealer brush from the My Makeup brush set, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the cream contour. And there is actually a little nose shadow brush, but I'm actually going to use that to cream contour my nose. It's like a really tiny circular brush. I'm just going to drag that down as straight as I can, just to try and pinch in my nose a bit. I'm just going to go over all of that with my sponge. Right, now before anything else, I'm going to move on to the eyes. At first, I'm just going to pop a bit of concealer on there. This is what I always use as my kind of base, my kind of eyeshadow primer, if you will. I just don't see the point in going out and spending money on an eyeshadow primer when a concealer works just as well, and you've already got that in your makeup kit, so. And then I'm just going to set my lids with a bit of translucent powder, just to make sure that the eyeshadow won't kind of drag and go patchy. Because you always want to blend powders on top of powders. Now we're gonna go in with my Huda Beauty palette. I love this palette so much. Look how pretty it is. Why can't I have eyes like her? Oh lord, I haven't used this in a little while actually. Looks just so satisfying. So, I think as per usual, I'm just gonna start off with basically these three shades as my transition. I'm going to pick up a little bit of amber, which is this kind of reddy orangey shade, and I'm going to blend that in as well. I'm going to switch up the brush to a more kind of fluffy, precise one. This is the Morphe M433. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of Oud, which is the kind of reddy brown. It's basically the deepest shade in the palette. And just taking a little bit, I'm going to keep that on the outer corner and blend it into the crease. I'm actually going to drag that kind of across the lid as well, really lightly, because I kind of like how it kind of gradients inwards. So you pack most of the colour in the outer corner and then just blend the rest. I'm just going to do a kind of a glittery lid and just kind of pop that right over the top. And I'm going to use one of the kind of topper shades in the Huda Beauty palette. And I'm not sure whether to go for like Celestial or, what is this, Nefertiti? I might go for the more gold. Yeah. Or maybe a mix of the two. Maybe I should just mix the two. Maybe I just use my finger. Okay, there we go. Maybe use your finger with these shades. And, wow, that's really nice. Do you see how it's like quite subtle? I did quite an intense gold look for my last one, so I just want this to be a bit more sheer. We've lost a little bit of that intensity of the Oud shade, so I'm just going to pop back into that with my fluffy brush and just intensify that again. I'm just gonna, I used this brow powder earlier, but it's got a really, really dark brown shade, obviously, that I use for my brows. I'm just gonna buff that really close to the lash line. Now I'm just gonna pop on a little bit of mascara. This doesn't really need an introduction, it's the same one I always use, my Maybelline Big Shot. Just going to pop on a little bit and then I'm going to put on some false lashes. Now the lashes that I'm going to use today are these Demure lashes in the style Aubrey, and they kind of remind me of the Naomi ones that I really, really like, but I think they're just a little bit on the fuller side, which I'm really excited about, but they still have that kind of wispiness that I really love in lashes. Love them. Absolutely love them. I'm just going to take a bit of my Maybelline Age Rewind and also my Rimmel Wake Me Up. I'm just going to mix the two basically. Down the bridge of the nose as well. I'll probably go over it with the Beauty Blender again as well, but it's doing a pretty good job so far. I just don't know how I feel about using like one of these underneath my eyes, just because it's such a sensitive spot. For the rest I'm just going to use my Beauty Blender, because it can just get so easily underneath the eyes, you know. I wouldn't recommend using those brushes with concealer, only just because I feel like it moved the product. And the whole point of where you're placing your concealer is that you want it to stay there, so. So I'm just going to go in with my usual baking powder, which is my RCMA No Colour powder. I think I might actually try and find a more kind of nude colour, because I do find that sometimes this just brightens my under eyes a bit too much. Like, I'm not someone who loves a super white under eye. Yeah, I'm just going to finish off my under eyes real quick. I'm going to pick up a little bit of Oud, the darker shade, and then I'm going to use the transition shades just to blend that out. So first, using a pencil brush, I'm going to take some Oud, trying not to take too much because it's really pigmented. Just going to run that lightly underneath. I'm going to take a little mini fluffy brush, pick up the transition colours, and just blend underneath. I just think this part really finishes off an eye look. Just kind of ties everything together. I'm just going to do a bit of bronzing. I probably don't even need to introduce this product, but I will. It's the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, using my Morphe M530 brush. And this is a really good colour for nose contour as well. And you want to make sure it connects up to kind of your brow as well. Wipe away that bake. Then I'm going to take my Anastasia contour kit. This is an oldie but a goodie, one of my all-time favourites. As you can see, this shade is much loved. This is just the banana shade. I'm going to buff that into all the highlighted areas. Just for extra coverage, and it will obviously kind of get rid of that flashback. Oh, it's time for highlight. I like this bit. I like it a lot. So I'm going to take one of my all-time favourites, which is the Becca Champagne Pop. You can see I've hit pan. I hope this never ends. This is obviously the collaboration with Jaclyn Hill, and it's just the perfect champagne-y shade. Look, oop, oop. Contour brush. Oh, this is a tiny little brush. I'm going to use this to pick up some of that shade and pop that in the inner corner. Ooh. Okay, this is supposed to be for contour, but this could be my new inner corner brush. This is meant to be a blusher brush. I don't know. This came a little bit funny, but oop. I can't imagine using this for blush. Maybe I should try. Just lightly. Okay, it works. Like literally, I'm just like going into it. It picks up like a decent amount. And I'm just swiping on. That is so weird. But that works. Oh my god. That works really well. Oh, I'm going to take a little bit of my Elemis oil. I've just got that on my trousers. Well done, Charlotte. I'm just going to use it to moisturise underneath. I think I'm going to go Gerard Cosmetics. This is the shade Everything Nice. So this is the final look, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this kind of warm winter makeup tutorial. I tried to keep it as simple as possible, and I think the eye look in particular is really easy to recreate. Plus the lashes are nice and fluffy, but obviously if you don't want to, you don't need to use lashes. And I am actually pretty impressed with these My Makeup brush set brushes. I think they are quite similar to the Artiste brushes, maybe not like quite as good, but I mean for the price point, like you can't go wrong. I will link these in the bottom bar below, along with all the prices and all of that good stuff. I believe I might have a discount code for this as well, which would be great if you want to buy them like as a gift for someone for Christmas. But yeah, I think that's it. Everything else that I use will also be in the bottom bar below. If you did like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. And apart from that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!